Hi, my name is Cold Beer and let's start with Prey. Technically, games like Half-Life are first-person shooters with intriguing story and entertaining gameplay. They are definitely different from games like Doom, and Prey is one of the best examples of that on this list. It has a really cool story that has you playing as a scientist exploring a place ravaged by an alien life form. Yeah, I bet that you heard that somewhere. And aliens are really nice here. Well, by saying nice, I mean that they are the opposite of nice. You wouldn't want to chat with them about video games or best beer kinds in the universe. No, they are terrifying creatures, although not as terrifying as people who put pineapple in potato salad. Those are the worst. Imagine this space station filled with them. Oh, the horror, the real horror. So anyway, Prey gives you a variety of weapons to use, along with superpowers like telepathy or the ability to trick enemies by turning yourself into everyday items.
I turned myself into a pickle, Morty! Boom!
Yeah, it may sound like nonsense, but it's not. You can truly acquire alien abilities and use them by stopping time or turning yourself into a bottle of beer and then rolling around like crazy. Well, this ability of turning yourself into a stuff could probably spice up the love life of you and your wife, or imaginary girlfriend, I don't judge, but first you have to defeat the space evil and escape from the space station alive, and with all the parts needed for, spiciness. Bioshock Franchise. This is a well-known shooter loaded with weapons and interesting tactics. You'll have a complete arsenal at your disposal, from simple revolvers to grenade launchers and chemical throwers. But you will also be forced to genetically modify your own DNA to create an even more deadly weapon, which is you. First two Remastered games and the third Bioshock Infinite title are probably a must-play for every Half-Life fan, or to be honest, for everyone who likes story-rich first-person shooters, but keep away from Steam releases. You know why? Because out of the blue, almost 10 years after the release of the third title, 2K Games added their own game launcher and DRM on Steam. As crazy as it sounds, that is the truth. But as far as I can see so far, GOG.com versions of the games are still DRM free. That is good. That means my favorite store stood its ground and denied the evil intentions of 2K Games. I'm really proud of them. So check my link in the description below for more DRM free games on GOG. Metro Franchise. There are 3 games in the series so far, and in every single one of them you play as Artyom, a survival of nuclear war who is living in the metro tunnels of post-apocalyptic Moscow. You are not alone who lives there. Various creeps are sharing the place with you. And I'm not talking about your friends and comrades, but rather about vicious mutants that could be scarier than Mondays. Yeah, that's if you have a job you hate. And you do, right? Quit right now. Go play games. No. Don't take real-life advice from me. Only gaming advice. Metro games are quite linear. You can make a decision or two, but basically everything is already decided and you just have to play it out. So a nice no-brainer with a nice story. Totally recommended. Also keep in mind that Metro games are based on the great books by Dmitry Glukhovsky, a great Russian writer who spoke against the war in Ukraine at the very beginning of it. So he has really big hairy balls. Give him some love. Black Mesa. This is actually Half-Life, just with better graphics and better everything. Of course, it's kinda weird to put Half-Life Remake to the games like Half-Life list. It's like putting a penis into the list of things like dildos, but keep in mind that this is not just a simple remaster. This is a quality remake that expands the scope of the original and massively improves its final chapters. The game is made by fans, and it is made so well that you can find Black Mesa officially on Steam, where it's an owner of overwhelmingly positive reviews. And to be honest, today Black Mesa is the best way to experience Half-Life. No clunky old school graphics, no compatibility problems, great gameplay, and a really interesting suspenseful story. Half-Life is awesome, and Black Mesa may be the greatest way for you to play it. Singularity. Here you'll be a witness of so-called Singularity event that fractured time and threatened the world as we know it. Some say it was the day when everyone forgot the potato salad recipe that bent time and space, a real apocalypse. So here, armed with powerful advanced weaponry and the experimental time manipulation device, you will fight enemies from the past, the present, and abominations caught in somewhere in between. With the help of this magical device, you will age enemies to dust in seconds, manipulate objects outside the laws of gravity, and degrade things to a withered state or renew them to their pristine form. You will be a real time bender here.
I control time and space.
Yeah, like that. The game has a fair share of Half-Life DNA in it, and it's usually really cheap when on sale, so think about wishlisting. Dishonored. I had doubts about putting Dishonored in this list because it's mainly a stealth game where you kill your adversaries with a melee weapon, but the story and all the dark setting will undoubtedly find a warm place in your stone-cold heart. And despite it being a stealth game, you can play it as a brute force lover as well. You just have to be a way better gamer because fighting multiple enemies is a real challenge here. The best part of Dishonored comes in combining all your powers with your weapons and finding your own way through the semi-open world environments. Interesting thing is that the genre of Dishonored is whalepunk, a subgenre of steampunk where most of the energy is gathered from the hunted whales and their fat. So your mama, she wouldn't be safe in this world, oh no. System Shock. This is the full remake of the famous original System Shock from 1994, combining the old gameplay with all new HD visuals, updated controls, overhauled interface, and all new sounds and music. It even has the original voice actor of Shodan, the psychotic AI who has taken control of Citadel Station and turned the crew into an army of cyborgs and mutants. She now plans to do the same to Earth, so you must explore and battle your way through the depths of a space station gone to hell, stop AI and avert humanity's destruction. The best thing for me, a man who never played the original System Shock of 1994, was a shocking experience, pun intended, when I realized that this is not a linear shooter. You can actually decide where to go first, what areas to explore, and you will also have to make a mental map of the space station in your head, because it is huge and it's easy to get lost. Game is not released yet, but you can play the free demo version, which is actually great. Also, there is System Shock 2, released in 1999 and showcasing an overwhelmingly positive review score on Steam. So this oldness may not be for everyone, but if you liked Bioshock games for example, keep in mind that here are a lot of elements shared between the System Shock 2 and Bioshock games, like a hacking minigame, an in-game currency, and even a research system that lets you collect parts of a dead enemies to increase damage against them, similar to Bioshock's photography. Also, while doing my research, I found one interesting feature. One of the composers of System Shock 2 was Ramin Djawadi, the same dude who created famous Game of Thrones and Westworld themes. Back then in 1999 he was only 26 years old, and I am even more impressed that they are not showcasing this on the official Steam page. And that is not all about System Shock. Third part was announced with this awesome looking trailer, but later developers ran out of resources and so on. The creation process stopped completely, and now the rights of System Shock belong to Tencent, a giant company that owns Riot Games and about 40% of Epic Games. Sadly, there are no news about resumed development of the game for now.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah, because the provided gameplay looks awesome. Anyway, if you stay with my channel, I promise you will be one of the first to know the news. Just press that subscribe and notifications button. Subscription without notifications is not a real subscription, to be honest. It's just another number in my subscribers pool, so be sure to click that notifications bell as well. Deus Ex Human Revolution and Deus Ex Mankind Divided. This is a strategy and stealth-based game, meaning that you can shoot your way to the enemies, sneak up behind them without being traced, hack systems to retrieve information, or use your social skills to extract information from key characters. There are always choices, multiple approaches, multiple paths, and multiple tools at your disposal. People on Steam are talking that Deus Ex games are really enjoyable, although very linear. But in this instance, the linear aspect is a good thing, because despite the fact that game is guiding you in your path, it doesn't hold your hand or penis, and you are free to approach every situation as you please. And as I've mentioned, the ways of playing are really numerous, and the only limit is your imagination. That also means that everyone without imagination has no limits at all. Let it sink. Also, I can promise that in Deus Ex you will find many amazing music scores. The game has really exceptional music, which is creating an amazing atmosphere. Wolfenstein Franchise. Yeah, in this alternative past, America is overrun with Nazis, and only you can do the trick to make them all disappear, by leaving a bloody trail of their intestines and body fluids. And you are really good at this, a true master of make a Nazi disappear magic trick. You have the guts, guns, and desire to kill every Nazi in sight and spark the American Revolution. Wolfenstein: The New Order and The Old Blood has the best review scores among the modern Wolfenstein games, but I also liked Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, which gets way more criticism than those previous two titles. It's probably because I started to play modern Wolfenstein games from The New Colossus, and only then I tried New Order and Old Blood. So I don't know if that would be good advice, but if you never played any of them, you can probably do as I did to be able to enjoy all of them. Also, if you like the idea of America being overrun with Nazi Germany, check out the TV series called The Man in the High Castle. Great acting and tons of tension guaranteed. Halo: The Master Chief Collection. This iconic release includes 6 games built for PC and collected into a single integrated experience. Whether you are a longtime fan or meeting Spartans for the first time, the Master Chief Collection is the place for you to start or to continue your Halo gaming experience. People on Steam are affirming that this is the best way to play Halo nowadays. If you want the best quality Halo experience, play this version over Halo Infinite. The latter is free, but it has so many problems it's hard to read the comments. Only 22% of recent reviews are positive. People are talking that Halo Infinite feels more like a mobile game than an actual AAA title, so the Master Chief Collection will give you the best experience possible. The games are more action-heavy than Half-Life, but the franchise also has a large storyline and are among the best story-heavy FPS games ever released. Observer. This is the only game in this list which has no combat. It's a walking simulator, but not a casual one. You see, Half-Life is a dystopian game set in the near future, and so is The Observer. It is a cyberpunk horror game where you will discover a dark world beset by plagues and war. You will take on a role of the new front line of neural police as you hack into a jagged minds of the insane. As you hack into unstable minds of criminals and victims to look for clues, you will relive their darkest fears, forcing you to question your own reality and your own sanity. This is a dark, psychological horror detective game, so be sure you have the balls to play it. The game is not for everyone, but if you like creepy sci-fi stories, it's definitely your cup of tea. Moon Mystery. While searching for games like Half-Life, I stumble upon this game. It's not released yet, but it would be a shame if I would keep it for myself. Moon Mystery is a first-person shooter adventure focused on unveiling mysteries, exploring strange new worlds, and dealing with the challenges of the most dangerous environment known to mankind. As an astronaut, survive the dangers that lurk in the dark corners of the moon, and then discover what truly lies beneath its grey lunar rocks and beyond. Spoiler alert, the moon is haunted. Our first permanent lunar base is being the origin point of where everything went wrong. What happened? What do you need to prepare yourself against? You can answer those questions someday next year. And now don't forget to click on my link in the description below and check this week's GOG gaming sale. Probably some of the games in this list are discounted right now. Don't miss the opportunity. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye.